So as a general rule of thumb, we'll start off with early position. Early position, I really dislike stealing wide unless you really have a great read on the table, such as if you see that, two people are talking to each other and one person is like off staring into space and another person's watching TV or something like that, and we have an ace and the structure's good. That could be a really great spot to steal, and it also is going to work quite often because people are just going to be too distracted to really want to play back at you. But in early position, I'm still going to keep my range fairly tight. I want to keep to hands with equity in them. The worst thing I'm going to have really in my hand is like a 2 flush with 2 overs to the board. I really rarely am going to try and steal super light, but obviously the higher your door card, the better spot it is to steal. If you have a hand like ace deuce 3 or ace 4-5 that can make some wheels or some goofy hands like that, it might be okay to steal because at least you have better equity than a hand like ace 7 deuce or something like that. As you get into more middle position, it'll be very important to pay attention to the door cards again. If there's a lot of low door cards behind you, it may be a great spot to steal. This is going to be very true if the people behind you fold often. You can actually pretty much go crazy if the people are only going to call with good hands because of a good structure. So in middle position, I would open up my range a little bit, but still not be stealing 100% with a higher door card. I'm pretty much never stealing with a lower door card just because it's less likely that you're going to get respect, and people like to 2-bet pairs over your door card anyway. Even if you raise like a 3 in early position, someone with a 9 might 2-bet you with a pair of 9s. Even though they're probably behind against my range when I'm raising with a 3 in early position, they have no idea. So be careful about raising with lower door cards. Stick to door cards higher than those that are behind you. There are certain situations where you can steal into higher door cards, which I think Sklancy talks about in his 7-card stud for advanced players. And that I like to use when there's only 1 or 2 people left before the bring-in. I will not use that in middle position ever, just because I think it's a little bit too hard to get away with that. If I'm feeling frisky, I might try it with like a 3 gut shot. If I have a hand like 10, 8, 7, and there's 1 king behind me and then like a 3 and a 2 and a 4 or something like that, I might try and go ahead and steal through the king if I know that the king is going to be playing very straightforward, because then I can just raise and then fold if I get 2-bet, and I'm not really too sad about losing that hand. So there's a lot of situations that are going to come up in stealing, but you're going to have to just evaluate for yourself if you think it's going to be profitable. And the biggest thing you should really take into account is the table flow, the up cards, and your position. As you're getting later in position, I'm going to start to do some tricky stuff like stealing into bigger door cards with gut shots, 3 flushes, or anything like that. I'm almost always raising. Any pair I might raise if there's only 1 big door card before the bring-in. I'm pretty much raising pretty wide when we're in later position. If there's a lag player on your left, and he's going to make your life hell by 2-betting you all the time, then you might want to readjust your strategy and start opening more for value. But for the most part, there's not too many players that are going to be playing really good in stud